What's going on, guys? And welcome to our fourth Monday week opening video. This is the fourth Monday of the channel and the fourth Monday of the year, where we are investing $50 every single day that the market is open to see how we do. Basically, a couple big things happened, which we'll get into on the channel tracker. We hit a few big goals, so we'll go over that. Then we'll dive into the portfolio, see where that is, what that looks like, and go from there. All right, so this is the YouTube channel tracker. On this highlighted blue line, you'll see that today is January 23rd of 2023. For my weight, we are at 287.4 pounds, which means for the year, I have actually lost 11.3 pounds. So one of those first barrier goals was to break 10 pounds of weight loss, and we did 11.3. So super excited about that. Um, for our investment balance, we are over $1,164. Dividends earned, kind of a boring category for now. I'm sorry. It's 1.46 or $1.46. Total growth, we are at a total growth of $1.07. Remind you, though, that this account did start with a portfolio that was closed out in the past with a $30.38 loss. So that's actually a really good game. YouTube income, we are at zero. I love you all, but my income is zero, and that's okay, right? If that happens, which I hope it does, it'd be great. But I'm here to just create content and follow a journey. Maybe I can motivate everybody else. I will never sell a course. To the people in the comments, I will never sell a course. This is strictly just to be motivating and show that you can do it. You can dive in. You can look like me, random guy. You can lose the weight, make the money, build a content, start a channel, right? That's the goal. With that said, we are at 908 subscribers, guys, which is huge. So there's two really important benchmarks for me on this channel as far as channel goes. One is to get 1,000 subscribers, and the other is to get 4,000 total watched hours, because that is the point at which I can become monetized and start earning YouTube income. So for our subscribers to be at 908 already is just awesome. Like, thank you so much, guys, to the people who are liking and commenting and subscribing. Like, it means the world to me. I'm really excited to be able to see this thing grow as quickly as it is. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Total views, we are at 30,665. That's a goal that we hit, right? So last week I said I want to be at 30,000 views by the end of Monday, and it is the end of Monday, and we are past 30,000 views. So I am stoked. Like, that is huge, huge growth. So again, to everyone, thank you. Like, seriously, it makes it worth it, like, doing all these videos, because this takes a lot of time, even though it doesn't feel like it does. It takes a lot of time, so I really do appreciate it. Total watch hours, I put 1,200 watch hours. Okay, as I said, the goal is to hit 4,000 watch hours. When I log into YouTube, because I'm in the thousands now, it just says 1.2K. I don't know the exact amount of watch hours. So I just put 1,200. Hopefully, tomorrow it will be 1.3 or 1.4K, like whatever it would be, that would be great. So really cool to see the progress kind of like growing like this, which is hopefully how our portfolio will also grow like this. All right. But with that said, I'm going to flip over to this screen right here. This is our SoFi investing portfolio, just a little snapshot of the, where we're at right now. But we do have our 1164 and 39 cents with our total gains on the account. And you can see that we have all of our shares right here. But it's much easier for me to look at all of this on Seeking Alpha. So we're going to jump over to Seeking Alpha. So let's take a look at what we've got in shares of our of different items in the portfolio. So MPW, which is Medical Properties Trust, we're at 6.36 shares, and those shares are now 13.78. So $13.78. Which is a huge amount of growth. So absolutely stellar performance from medical properties. JEPQ, this is something that I'm not buying every day. Okay. This is in the portfolio because this is a new dividend paying fund. It's from JP Morgan. It's their NASDAQ equity premium. So it's designed to basically hold NASDAQ stuff and sell covered calls. So it like basically tries to make profit off of what it holds. And through that, it's going to pay us out a dividend allegedly. So I thought it would be cool because there's a lot of people questioning this fund to have it in this portfolio just so we can look at it and see how it performs. But we do have 5 shares of that at $43.07 a share. Ticker symbol T or AT&T. We have 4.18 shares of that at $19.10. O or Realty Income Corporation, we have 2.46 shares. This is kind of a good one because the dividend is coming up. So it's nice to see, I'm hoping we'll have 3 full shares of this by the 31st, but, we're kind of on that path. NDAQ, this is NASDAQ. This I'm also not buying. So this is just in the portfolio from before. I feel like it's good to have just a standard index in the funds just so you can kind of see, all right, well, this is what the NASDAQ's doing. Okay. So it's a good benchmark of, are my things performing well? Are they not performing well? What's going on and all that. Plus, they do pay a little bit of dividend on the NDAQ. SCHD. This is Schwab's Strategic Dividend Trust or ETF, right? We have 2.09 shares of that, and that's $76.54 a share. JEPI. This is the JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. This is a dividend paying machine. Huge in the news right now. Like you're kind of seeing it everywhere, or at least I'm seeing it everywhere. So got to have that in the portfolio for sure. We have 1.45 shares of that at $55.12. Procter and Gamble. Okay, we have a half a share of Procter and Gamble. Each share is valued at $141.05. Pepsi, less than half a share. We're at 0.45 shares, but it is $169.12 per share. And then BlackRock, the mega investing firm, the king of money, and the owner of the world. We have 0.11 shares of them, but each share is $748.02. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. And I'll be honest, guys, things are working like I would hope that they would work. Okay. And what I mean by that is I'm sorting this out by year-to-date performance, and we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. These 2 stocks right here, Procter and Gamble and Pepsi, these are 2 that I was hoping we could buy on the way down. And guess what? We are buying them on the way down. All right. So Procter and Gamble is down 5.67%, right? Pepsi is down 5.97%. Best news possible. Part of the reason why we do this investing strategy of investing $5 a day into these funds is because if I'm catching it on the way down, I'm lowering my average cost of the stock every single day. All right. That means when it comes time to get paid out a dividend or after the shareholders meetings, right? They pay out all the shareholders, I'm getting a better bang for my buck. Okay. So if you look here, Procter and Gamble right here pays a 2.56% dividend yield, and Pepsi pays a 2.71% dividend yield. When we started this whole thing, these were not as high as they are today. And that's the big benefit of dollar cost averaging, as 2 giants are, coming down in price. I feel like every day it drops. I'm using a coupon for my future, which is great. The other thing, and the reason why I'm so confident with these dropping, and really most of the things in the portfolio anyway, but is Procter and Gamble, PG, they have consistently grown the amount that they pay out in their annual dividend for the past 66 years. So with that history, it's pretty safe to say that they'll continue to do that. Companies don't just like overnight say no, we're not going to do that anymore. And yes, they do. Don't get me wrong. Like that's a stupid thing for me to say, but they're going to try as hard as they can to not cut their dividend. It's a 66-year streak. Same thing with Pepsi. Pepsi's on a 50-year streak of increasing their annual dividend, right? That's extraordinarily rare. So even through, the dot-com crash and the, whatever happened in the 80s, like the Cold War and all that stuff, you had like the separation of the gold standard, you have 2008, all these crises, they still increased their dividend payout every year. And that is mind blowing to me. I love that. So if I can get that on a discount, I'm in. On the flip side, right? MPW, this, as we said at the very beginning, we have it in the portfolio because it's a riskier holdings, but I do want to be able to expose myself to some growth while still capitalizing on those dividend income payments. So, I at the beginning said this is a little bit of a riskier thing, but according to all the meetings and stuff and all the management and the company and what they're saying, it seemed like a good buy to me, and it has played out so far so good, right? We started buying this when it was like $10, maybe $11 a share, and now it's up to 13.78. From January 1st, so in the past 23 days, we're up 23%. Guys, that's a percent a day. That is ridiculous. So yeah, that's doing really, really well. And even on top of that, it's setting us up for a quarterly dividend payment, which could be quite attractive. So yeah, that's doing really, really well. JEPQ, this is one of those new mystery funds, right? It just came out about 7 months ago now. Nobody really knows what this thing's going to do. It has 0 years of dividend growth because it's been out for 0 years. It's not even a year old yet. So putting money into a fund like that, where we're seeing a year-to-date performance of 4.71%, that's really, really good news. But even more than that, I'm excited to see what happens at the end of the month when they say, hey, we're going to pay a dividend and it's going to be this much, right? That's what I'm excited for. I want to see some of that action because I have no idea what the dividend's going to be, and I'm looking forward to it. BlackRock, BlackRock is up. I'm surprised it's up because it's been in the news a lot as don't buy this, it shouldn't go up. I actually intended to buy this on its way down. I'm hoping that it goes down because, see this dividend yield number again. I want this number to be in the threes, which means the price here needs to be like $700. So yeah, I'm really, really hoping that this goes down a little bit. Maybe some price action in the sixes over the next like 2 weeks. I hope, maybe, I don't know. Not to wish ill on you, BlackRock. I think you're a great investing machine, but I'm just stingy. As for the rest of it, it's pretty on par with the market. I mean, the Nasdaq is up 1.16%. So most of these things are up a little higher than that, but again, the market's kind of antsy, kind of all over the place. So I don't read into it that much, but I'm kind of waiting for BlackRock to drop. I really thought it would. I'm surprised it didn't. It did for a day and then it jumped back up, and there's a lot of resistance for it falling. People are trying to get a good deal on it and buy into it. So, yeah, pretty good. All right. So basically, right now in the news, there is a lot of talk about layoffs and the market collapse, and people can't afford their stuff, and inflation's going to start going back up. There's a lot of turmoil, right? That is why it is best, in my personal opinion. I'm not a wealth manager, credit counselor, or financial advisor. I'm just a guy in a triangle shaped room talking on the internet. Okay. But in my opinion, this is the best time to really focus on investing and buying into these stocks every day. Because if you're buying them when you think it's hot and then it goes down, guess what? You lose money. If it starts going down and you don't buy because you time it, you want to, wait to the bottom and buy it, and then it goes back up, guess what? You lost money. So, you know, right now there's a lot of news flying around, right? If you look at the news, if it's CNN or if it's Fox or it's the ABC, NBC, doesn't matter, right? Anything you're watching in the States, it looks like, the president's going to jail and all this crazy stuff. Like, it's ridiculous. There's way too much nonsense going on. The people are getting laid off everywhere. No one can get jobs. That's what it looks like. I don't know. Okay. But what I do know is that if the market starts going down, I'm going to be there buying every day. And you guys are going to be right there with me buying every single day. And what's going to happen is, because all of our investments are focused on dividend payouts, you're going to see a higher percentage dividend yield, right? That's the goal. We want to build a higher percentage dividend payout rate on our portfolio, because once the market starts coming back, like, it's harder to buy those dividend payouts, right? So I'm trying to buy shares of companies because that I first of all would want to own, right? Like, I want to be AT&T. They make cool movies. They have great cell service. Like, they're pretty good. I like Pepsi. I got a Soda Stream in there. I enjoy my Dr. Pete generic Soda Stream soda. It's good. I enjoy it. So, like, buying into these companies while they're on sale, it's a good thing. So put your blinders on, and just stay motivated, because unless you're trying to retire in the next 2 years, you really just buckle down and get ready for it. I think the market's going to tank, and that's going to be the most exciting time of our lives. This is where millionaires are made, and that's where my portfolio is based on making money off of discounted companies, right? So basically, that's what I find really exciting. We're already seeing it with Procter and Gamble. We're seeing it with Pepsi. Just two giant mega companies. And, like, if there's a recession and you can't go out and go out to dinner, like, you're gonna get a bag of Doritos and you're gonna like drink Mountain Dew and play FIFA. That's what people do. So, like, who does that? Pepsi. Pepsi owns Doritos. Pepsi owns Mountain Dew. They don't own FIFA. That'd be cool, but they don't. Um, yeah. Anywho, over the next couple weeks, I'm hoping that we see the market kind of turn around a little bit. That would be beneficial to at least this portfolio. Moderately unfortunate for my actual portfolio, but I treat my actual portfolio the same way that I treat this one, and just keep pumping money in. So once the market, if it flips, like, yeah, I'll be throwing $2,000 a month into that. I'll be throwing $500 a month into my kids' portfolio. Like, I want everyone to be set. So that's what I'm hoping happens. And yeah, also, I am gonna make another fitness goal. Is I hope that by next Monday I'm down 15 pounds total. Okay. It's kind of a reach goal. I know that the first couple pounds come off a little bit easier than the next chunk. But that is my goal. I want to be down 15 pounds by next Monday. So we'll see if we can hit that. I'm hoping that we're at 1,000 subscribers by next Monday. That would be fantastic. I think that we will, based on how things are moving. A lot of my shorts have like 5,000 views and stuff. So I think that we should be doing okay with that. And then, I got to start reading that book. All right. So we're doing a book review of Atomic Habits on February 15th. So, Atomic Habits, I haven't gotten into the habit of reading the book. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. I bought the book. It's at my house. I have it. I've done it. I'm not a reader. So this is new for me. Like, I read a lot of articles, I read a lot of news, I read a lot of financial journals, but I don't read a lot of books. So I'm trying to get there. I'm going to read this book. All right. Again, this is more for accountability for me, which I've said from the beginning. I have to read this book if I'm telling you to read this book with me. So, yeah, I got to start reading that book. Hopefully, I can like get through half of it by the end of the week. But yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for. That's kind of what's going on. And with that, roll the outro.